First, we have our secretary, Abhishek Chopra. Then we have our deputy secretary, Yash Srivastav. And then you have me, Pratibha Srivastav, your web admin. Now, I would like to carry the orientation session further. So, Yash Srivastav, please carry on with the session. Thank you, guys.
First of all, welcome everyone to the orientation session of IGNIS. So, our main objective or our main goal to form this club was to provide a platform to all the robotics enthusiasts, whether you are a beginner or well versed in the field. We wanted to provide a space where they can interact with the like minded people and learn more about robotics. Our primary focus lies in exploring cutting technology from designing autonomous system to pushing the boundaries of what's possible. We will not only be dealing with robotics in general, we will be, but we will also be dealing with or discussing about the intercorrelated topics such as robotics, IoT, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and computer vision, and etc. So we have moving forward, we have divided our goal into two broad factors, that is innovative robotics and competitive robotics. So in innovative robotics, we will be discussing more about like how we will be discussing about all the recent advancement that are done in the field of robotics, as in what are the new things that are happening in robotics and how we can learn from those. We will also be collaborating with many industries experts. We'll be hosting a lot of guest speaker sessions. We'll also be hosting a lot of workshop and friendly competitions. We will also be trying to hone a problem solving mindset among the members of the club. That is, let us assume like if any member of the club has any problem related to robotics, so we will help them in all the possible ways that we can to solve their problem. Also, we will also be discussing about all the researches. We will be having meets about research papers, about all the new things and etc. Now, moving forward to my favorite part of the robotics, that is the competitive robotics. In competitive robotics, this is the part where all of our team members, all the code are really excited about. We will be participating in many robotics events throughout the nation or the state, held at various NITs, triple ITs, IITs, and any other engineering college. One of those events I would like to mention here is Technocian, which is the one of the world's biggest robotic competition held in Delhi in the month of August. So in that event, we are planning to participate in that event. It is the biggest stage for all the robotics enthusiasts where they can compete with the best in the world and they can showcase their innovative part of robotics there. Also, we will be hosting some friendly competition within the club, like coding competition, how to code a bot, or how to assemble a circuit, a board, logic board, and stuff. That for which you won't be needing anything you won't need to purchase. There are many websites that would do this, that would help you do this for free. We will be giving you a brief look into those websites in a few moments, but yes, we will be hosting a lot of competitions. We will be hosting a lot of workshops wherein you all will get to learn. Even if you're a beginner, even if you're well versed, you all will have an environment where you can grow as an individual or as in the field of robotics. Moving forward, I would like to discuss in a broader terms what are the visions and future goals, that are the goals that we are planning to achieve in a few months, and some far-fetched goal that we are planning to achieve someday. First of all, we want all of you to experience the cutting edge technology and awe-inspiring aspect of the technologies. We want you to deal with everything that we can make available to you. All the recent developments, all the recent advancement in the field of robotics, and we want to participate and represent IIT Madras BS at various robotics competition throughout the nation, and let's hope throughout the world. And of course, we are planning to win those as well. And also, one of the far-fetched goal would be is to make IGNIS to be renowned as the team with the most tech-savvy members to live and breed innovation on this planet. That would be all from my side. Now over to Abhishek. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So good evening, all. So since we are finally here, so it's been a month of preparation of what to do and what not to do here. And the major question that everyone has asked me is if we are moving into a club and we are an online session, so we are an online degree, we don't collaborate. So will hands-on to the project would be a part of it or not? So I'm definitely saying that it will be, and that will be the only part, and that will be the only way that we'll be learning this course. So in order to appreciate that, we will be presenting a demo here. So our demo would be a basically beginner friendly one. It's encoding of an Arduino, uh, and there was another question, a common question, and the solution to that question has been provided to us within 2 or 3 years. So what happens when you code a robot is you don't have a physical development board with you, right? So people would say that if I want to work with Arduino, I should have a Arduino board. But we have a solution with that. So we have come up with major simulators online that could help you work on these development boards before you can actually invest your money. So you can put in rather than putting in your financial all your financial money into that, you can just learn about it and then copy it all into a hardware system. Okay, so I won't bore you with anything. Just let's begin with the demo. And apology in prior if I'll be hopping from one tab to another. So that would be a prerequisite for this. So just let me share my screen for this. Yeah. And screen. So yeah, let me know if the screen is visible. And we'll just hop to another screen. So we are here. So let's just take you on in the world of coding in Arduino. And Arduino is one of the kind of development boards we know. So I've come across some of the simulators. I'll just take you to the scratch. How I'll go to the simulators. Let's say we want to take an Arduino simulator. We'll search for an Arduino simulator, and there are two of the best that I have come up across is Tinkercad and Walkie. So since we are starting from the basics, I think Walkie is the best when it comes to the basics. Let's go to the basics. Walkie. So how do we start with Walkie? So instead of buying a Arduino development board and coding on it, so let's just select your favorite development board. For instance, let's say instead of STM, we have different products. For example, we have PPICO, ESP32. People from electronics degree should be knowing about these particular development boards. And we have Arduino and STM32. Arduino is the most beginner friendly one, so we'll start with this one. And in Arduino also we have different types of boards. We have Nano, it's a smaller version of Arduino. Mega is a bigger version, and then comes it's a medium version. So we'll start with the medium version, right? So now you have an actual Arduino, not an actual, but it's simulated Arduino. Okay, so let's zoom in, right? So what we see here right now is an Arduino. Okay, this is what we call a development board. This is the brain of actual robot. It could be a robot, it could be an IoT system, or it could be any electronic systems. It's vis-a-vis what you want to call it. So depending upon what function it would perform, we'll categorize it. So let's say it's a development board. So the development board mainly consists of microcontrollers. So this is your microcontroller for this particular Arduino maker, and we have different pins, right? We have different pins. This is where we connect our header pins, right? So these are digital and these are your analogs. I won't bore you with any details. We'll just go and ahead and create something. So let's go. What we'll do first is we'll add a new part. Okay. We'll start with the most basic thing, what we call as an LED, right? So we have a LED here. So we have a negative part. The ground part should go to the ground one. Okay. So this is your ground. So we have 2 pins for ground in Arduino Uno. So the negative portion would be connected to ground. And right now I'm not doing anything, no coding. I'm just trying to run this LED, right? See, right? So the circuit is complete, right? We all know we have a ground, we have a 5 volt, which is connected to negative and positive, and the bulb should light up, right? There's a basic thing. So suppose we have a battery and this is connected and this lights up, right? So nothing fancy here, right? Now, what we do is we want to control when we want to light this LED, right? So instead of giving an external connection to direct voltage, we'll connect it to one of the digital pins. Okay. Let's say we connect it to a digital pin. Now, what we can do, since it's a programmable development board, we can control this using the code. Okay. And within the simulator, it's pretty easy. You have your circuit simulation here, and you have your coding simulation here. So what happens? How do we perform this in Arduino? Okay. So your basic Arduino IDE works with C++. So if you are into coding, you know the syntax for C++. Even if you know the syntax of Python also, you just have to put in some semicolons here and there. So don't, if you know any type of programming language, you can just cover with it. But the issue is they have already provided you some predefined functions. We all know what predefined functions are. Okay, so in order to reference those predefined function, I could just go to Arduino reference. Okay, we have Arduino reference here. Okay, I've already searched that. We'll go to Arduino reference and we'll see we have these many predefined functions. So I'll tell you about some major functions. So the first function is predefined function that we'll be using is pin mode. Okay, before that, before coming to pin mode, we all know when we run a program in C++, we always start with the main function, right? So we'll call this setup function. You'll always have 2 functions given. First is setup and the second one is loop. Okay, so the first function that we have is, let's say, setup. Instead of calling this anything else, I'll just call it as the main function. Okay, just suppose that this is your main function. So your code would be starting from this. Whatever happens within your development board will happen from this. And the loop, as soon as your setup ends, you don't have to call loop. You don't have to call loop. As soon as your setup ends, the cursor comes here, it will go to loop. And as the name suggests, it's a loop. It's an infinite loop. So this will keep on happening and happening and happening and happening and happening. Okay. Until and unless we stop the development board or disconnect it. Okay. So this function, I'll just call it extended main. Because we are not calling it, it would be automatically called extended main. Okay. Now, let's do one thing first. We want the development board to know which pin LED is connected to. Okay, so we can simply first take the predefined function pin mode. Let's see, search where it is. Okay, where are you, pin mode? Okay, we have pin mode here. So what happens with pin mode is it defines the pin and what the pin might work with. So it takes two parameters. The first parameter is the pin number. Let's say the pin number is 9. Okay. And what is the pin number about? So it will depend on what you have connected, what kind of device you have connected. It's an output device because it will take the current, right? If it wouldn't, it would be in sensor. Okay, let's say if it would be an IR sensor or an ultrasonic sensor, so we'll be giving it as input. So it will be giving the voltage to the Arduino. In that case, we'll define it as input. So coming back, the pin mode has two parameters. The first one is the number of the pin, that is 9. We have connected to the 9, we'll define it. And the other parameter is output. Okay, so we want current to go out of this, right? So we have defined it as output, right? All we have to do is, okay, now if we run this, nothing would happen, right? The LED won't light up on anything because now development board doesn't know what to do. Now we'll just tell it to give the current out of this particular pin. So since it's a digital pin, this is a combination of digital pins, we have a predefined function called digital write. Okay, same, it takes two parameters. First is the pin number, 9. And if you want to turn it on, you'll give high. If you want to turn it off, you'll give low. Okay, I want to turn it on. So I give high. Okay, the LED lights. Wonderful. Now I want to turn it off. Okay, so simply what I could do is digital write 9 pin number and low. Okay, but you'll see nothing happens. Nothing out of ordinary happens. It still lights up, right? It's not turning off. So what I told is this is a loop function, right? This will keep happening and happening and happening. So, and since it's a 8-bit microcontroller, so going from this line to this line, compiling this line from this line takes hardly any microseconds. So you won't notice when it open and close. So we have a predefined function to delay it also. We called it delay, simply delay, nothing else. And what it takes it is uh, the number of the time in microseconds. For example, let's say I want to give 1 second, then I'll give 1000 here. Okay, and then I want this LED to be closed for around 1000 seconds. Okay, sorry, 1000 microseconds. So it will be it will remain open till 1 second, and then it will remain closed till 1 second, and then it will come again. Since it's a loop, it will come again. It will be open for 1 second again, and it will be closed for 1 second again. Okay, let's do this. It's simple, nothing else. Okay, 1 second. We can see, right? So what's happening here is it's opening for 1 second and then closing for 1 second. So actually what I could say is happening is it's turning it on, then waiting for 1 second, then turning it off, and then waiting for 1 second to go to another line. That's what it's happening. Okay. So now let's extend this project a bit. Okay. Let's create a small project, literally very, very small project that we could control. Okay, what we'll do is we'll add 3 LEDs. Now, since we are adding 3 LEDs, I think everyone knows where it's going, right? We'll give this red, and we'll give this a yellow color, and we'll give this a green color, right? Okay. Now let's create a clean code, clean circuit. Okay. So for clean circuit, we'll define some connections. We'll just create a ground. So it's a common ground. Okay. So I could just connect it from here. And every time I need to connect a ground, I'll just connect it from here rather than going to the pin. I'll tell you how it all happens. Okay. Okay. It's better to give a color code to this line as black, since it will represent ground. That is negative. You can say as a negative, but we won't say negative. That's not a good term. And then for each LED or bulb, we'll assign it to a digital pin. Okay. And let's assign this one to 10. Okay, we have 8. We can see we connected this to distal pin 8, distal pin 9, and distal pin 10. Ignore the tilt sign right now. We'll come back to later. No worries. You can just ignore that tilt sign right now. So now we can do one thing. Rather than giving it a direct pin statement, we want our code to be readable, right? That's a good practice. So now we are covering both things. Like we can see, we are covering electronics here as well, and we are covering programming here as well. See, okay. So now we want our code to be clean. Okay, a clean code is a good practice. So what we'll do is we'll define these pins as a constant. Let's say we define constant cause we don't want the pin number to change in the lifetime of code. Okay, we can remove the constant also, but it's a good practice to give constant to a variable that doesn't want to be changed within the programming life cycle. Okay, so constant int, and we'll give the first one as red, LEDR. Okay, LEDR was 8. Okay, we can see LEDR is 8 simply. LED, red LED is 8. And similarly, we'll create for other two as well. Okay, the second one was yellow, and the third one was green, right? So yellow was connected to 9, pin number 9, and the last green one is connected to pin number 10. Okay, 9 and 10. Okay, so our connection is complete and our pin constants are complete. Okay, so everyone can guess where we are going with this, right? It's a traffic light. Okay, we are making a traffic signal. Let's start with the same thing. Now, we have to define these pins. Okay, we have to let this development board know what these devices are. Okay, so since these are output devices, so we'll create output. So the first one was, the first parameter takes the pin number, and the pin number we have defined in as a constant. Okay, constant variable, LEDR. Similarly, we'll define this. Similarly, we'll define this for other two pins as well. Okay, the second pin was LEDY. That is our yellow LED. Should be in capital. My mistake. And the third one was LEDV. Should be in. Okay. So we have defined all the pin modes. Now the development board knows what this is. These are output devices. So these would require current. Okay. Now we'll start coding our traffic light. Simple. We'll just go with the basic coding structure. Nothing fancy. Just same. So just, since we want to turn it on, we'll go with digital write. Since we talked about it, digital write takes two parameters. The first one is pin, and the pin was defined in a variable. So that makes it easy, and we'll turn it on. Okay. So we'll go with a sequence of red, then we'll hold for some while, and then yellow. Like, oh, we know that yellow, or we can say orange, is a waiting light, right? So it would be waiting for lesser time than compared to green and red, and the red would be more. For example, if we are in a T section, the red would be more and more. Okay, so let's say delay. In a shorter term, we just let it wait for 3 seconds, because we don't want to wait for 3 minutes to let it blink, right? We'll convert that 3 minutes to 3 seconds. Okay, and digital, right? Okay, after 3 seconds, we need this to be turned off. Okay, the default system of these pins are that they will be turned off. They won't be turned on if you have connected it. So by default, these would be turned off only. So for now, these four are turned off. For example, if I comment these out and run this, they won't light up. I think I have some mistake. Okay. Moving from Python to this, I forgot to give semicolons. Okay. We'll come back. Nothing happens, right? None of the LEDs blink. Because the default function is that it won't give any current until and unless we'll make it. Yeah. We'll stop this. We'll start uncomment. Okay. So we have turned the red LED on. We have waited for 3 seconds, and then we want this to be switched off. We have to switch it off. It won't automatically switch it off. You have the control on your hand, right? What you want to do, you have to do it, right? And the same will define for other lights also. Okay, so let this one be yellow, because after the red signal, we have to wait for yellow. And the next one is for green, right? Okay. The red one takes more time, and blue one, that is the wait light, takes hardly any time. And the green one is lesser because we want other junctions to move forward to. And then we'll hit it. Red. Okay, so stop, wait, and then go. Stop, wait, and then go. Similarly, we can define it within a function. We could create a function of our own and then use this. We can provide the number of seconds we want to wait for it, for let's say. Okay. We can see what we are doing is, whenever we'll be coding something, I'll let you know what we are doing, so we can implement the programming principles as well. Okay, so we can see these lines of codes are similar, right? They are reoccurring. So what we can do is we can reuse it. In order to reuse a line of code, what we do is we define function, right? So let's say we have void, should not be in capital, void turn light. Okay, we did this. Now we have function, and we have to check. We have the same line of codes, but what is the difference? The first difference is the pin number. Okay. Here in this line of code, the pin number is red. The pin is yellow in this line of code, and the pin is green in this line of code. So the difference within the similar code will be taken as parameters. Let's say we'll give this as int of LED, the bit. Okay. And the second difference is our delay time. We can see, right? Every time the delay time is different. So we'll define a predefined function. We'll give this an argument of let's say time. Okay, we give this a time delay. We'll go forward. We'll just move this code here. We'll remove this code. Okay, and instead of these predefined pins, we'll give the parameters here. Okay, we'll give the parameter here. That's okay. That's all right. And now what we can do is we can reuse this with a function turn light on. Okay. Now we have to give the pin number. We have to pass this as an argument to this parameter, LEDR. Okay. And the time delay that we want, this one. We gave rate as 3000 for 3 seconds. So it's a multiple of 1000 in seconds. So 3000 represents 3 seconds. I'll tell this again. And we can just reuse this function again and again. Okay. Now, this one had a pretty small delay time. Since it's yellow, we'll wait less. And this one has 1000. Okay. Now it works, right? It does. Okay, it works something. It's not working fine. So what we can do is we can low and give we made a mistake, I guess. Let's find out what the mistake was. We'll just give a delay of 5 seconds and see. Sorry, delay of 0.5 seconds. Okay, 500. We have red. It has to be close, and then yellow, and then green. Okay, yellow and green are going simultaneously. So we did something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, what we did is we didn't move the parameter. That's the mistake we are doing. So we are not closing this red and yellow. We can remove this. And okay, works fine, right? So we have the smallest project that you can create with this right now. Similarly, we can up the okay. Similarly, we can create more. We can up this a bit. Okay, we can move things further. So let's say we have a traffic signal, traffic light. We have a T section. Okay, and within T junction, we want to deploy that the time that we are getting here should be dependent upon what the traffic flow is at the point of the time. So what we can do is in our future projects, we could deploy the use of sensors, and those sensors would calculate what is the flow of traffic right now. It could be computer vision. So the first thing we can do is computer vision, and other would be motion sensors. And there are multiple more ways that we can do this. We can automate the timing, and we can better the traffic signals better than they are in India right now. Okay, so the possibility is limitless. So it's unlimited. You can do whatever you want. So Okay, this is where I would like to stop the demo right now. I think there will be enough. I don't want to bore you guys more and more. So let's just go back. I hope this was a bit okay. Just give me a second and I'll reshare. Okay, so I'm pretty much hoping I didn't bore you guys. Or if I didn't, you actually got a chance to know that robotics is not a rocket science. Oh, it's kind of a rocket science, we can say, but it's still not difficult. It's really not difficult. If you come up with something you want to create, uh, we just have to research a bit more, and then we can do whatever we want. So, coming forward to that, uh, as Yash has already told that trying to we are trying to manipulate our learning session within two forms. The first one is competitive, and the second one is innovative, right? So, first, we are trying to take the competitive approach right now for the next term. So, I'll tell you what next term goals means right here, right now. So, will be coming up with a model that will be updating our goals in each and every quarter of the year. Okay. So, this is our next quarter goal, and the next quarter goal is TechnoOcean. Okay, TechnoOcean is one of the biggest robotics platform. It's associated with ACRA. ACRA is our facility of automation in robotics in India. Okay, so this is held in New Delhi in Thiagraj Stadium. And we are hoping to participate in this competition. And to do that, we have various sections to participate in, be it autonomous robotics, be it manual robotics, whatever you want to. You just pick a project and we'll work together to make it happen. Okay. So I think we are good to go with the Q&A session right now. So if any one of you have noted down any questions that you want to ask or any
Uh,
doubts, uh,
yes, Abhishek, there were a lot of questions in between the sessions. I
okay,
would like to address a few. Uh, so Jatin asked, what is Arduino? Is it like a device which can be told what to do and how to perform via programming?
yeah, that's it.
Okay, so that's it. Okay.
It's
Uh,
kind that he actually answered it by himself only, I guess.
so that's that's good enough.
But
Someone,
I'll
uh,
come back to it also. So what happens, Jatin, is let's say we say that we have processors in our mobile now. We do,
mhm,
but it's actually a hybrid of microprocessor and microcontrollers. So I think students from electronics background would know what a microcontroller is. So it's kind of a very, very smaller version of a microprocessor. Like it has a memory of 8-bit or something. It doesn't have 512 MBs or something or nothing, but it has a really, really small memory where you can put in a small amount of code and you can tell it how to manage the devices that are connected to you. Okay, so
Abhishek,
so
I would
it's
like to interrupt
yes,
in
Pratibha.
between. I would like to interrupt in between. Guys, if you have question, you can raise your hand. We will address it one by one. So you can raise your hands. Yeah, go ahead, Abhishek. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. I think most of it would have been covered, Jatin, I guess. So yeah, and more about microcontrollers we'll be learning in more sessions. It will be all that will happen. Okay, Pratibha, could you call the next one for the next questions?
Yeah, Bhagesh, Bhardwaj, please you can ask your question.
Hello. So there be BattleBots category and technician?
Yeah, we have RoboWars, we have SumoWars, and yeah, we have Robo Soccer too.
Hmm. Okay.
We each and every robotic competition that you can think of, as well as innovative competition, would be held in Technocian.
Okay. So one more
Yeah.
question. So are you planning any events in Paradox as well?
No, Paradox not. We submitted a proposal last month only, and we still have to plan a lot. So I think if we would have done something in Paradox, it would be really, really hectic.
Hmm.
So we still want you guys to focus on something, right? And we are giving you Technocian for that right now.
Right. Okay.
Next, Aman as well. You can ask your question.
Hello, sir. Will you teach us how to write code to program an Arduino, or you will give us resources to find how to code Arduino?
So Aman, what will happen is I will tell you how to code. I'll tell you how to make the circuits, how to connect the circuits and everything, how to connect the modules and everything. And I'll tell you how to code as well. No worries in that. But I do have a limit. Okay. Even I don't have all the knowledge that we have. So we'll try to collaborate with, as I think Yash already covered that point. We'll try to collaborate with someone who has that knowledge that you want in that if the level is somewhat higher than what we can provide. So it will be like team collaboration. So Aman, if you want to make something, right? If you want to build something, we'll do it
Yes.
together. Okay. We'll
Okay.
learn it together. We'll build it together. And if we want to compete with it anywhere, we could do that together too. No worries. It's a team effort, literally.
So for that, we have to buy some
Hmm.
stuffs like Arduino and other equipment also.
No, don't do that for first 1 2 months. So what? I'll tell you how I started my journey in robotics. So we didn't had simulators at that time. So like it was around 4 5 6 6 7 years ago. So we didn't had simulators around then. So we had to buy Arduino. And most of the cases when we were trying to learn, right, it's an electronic components, and we connected it differently, and somehow things get out of hand. Okay, so don't do that. Just use simulators right now. For if you're learning something, you can build everything. So this is one of the simulator that I've told you about. It's a beginner friendly, but it's not detailed. We have another simulator, Tinkercad. That is a detailed one. I'll tell you about it everything. So you don't have to buy anything right now until and unless you are sure that you want to make a project on yourself. In future, we'll try to commemorate a financial model as well, but I'm not giving you any guarantee on that right now. It's a long shot. So yeah, I think that would be answered,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Thank you. Got your point.
Okay, man.
Next,
Yeah.
Nilesh, you can ask your question.
Uh, Good evening. My question is that as we proceed, what will be the schedules? That is, when will we, I mean, uh, just organizing the live sessions and what will be the course contents? So, just explain about it.
Uh, so Nilesh, we don't have a course content. Uh, and so what happening is we told you about that we will be having two approaches. First is competitive, and the second one is innovative, right? So
Hmm.
you choose a project that you want to build. Let's say you want to build a autonomous line follower bot. Okay,
Yeah.
you tell us what you want to build. We'll tell you, will help you how to build it. Okay, so when I said it's a team effort, so we'll try to keep the sessions as per you guys. No worries. It should not be a strict session. It should be a like uh, just think of us as a team who are trying to build something awesome. Okay, nothing
Okay,
else.
okay. But how often
Yeah.
we will be meeting online?
That would depend on what projects we have right now, what we are trying to achieve, and for example, we are saying right, we want to compete in technician right now. Okay,
Hmm.
so we can take it slow, even if we go like 2 or 3 sessions a week, or even one session a week would be enough, right? Other than that, you can deploy whatever your knowledge is based, or you can come with a question anytime. That's not like that's that's not a fixed part that you have to ask something on session only. We can go one on one, no worries, whenever we'll be free. Okay.
Nilesh,
Okay,
actually, we
okay,
are
got it.
trying to organize as many sessions as possible. But right now, as you know, that you have your OPPs, so we delayed the session by 14. But we are trying our best to organize as many sessions as possible. So don't worry. If you have any queries regarding robotics or about any code or anything, you can just put your query in the WhatsApp group. We will reach out to you as soon as possible. I hope.
Basically, we will be interacting passively on WhatsApp groups and actively in the live sessions. Or is there anything that, like the forum or any discourse pages where we will be just meeting the community there?
No, Nilesh, we have just started, right? So we'll be trying to deploy a better model, step by step, and we'll come across with everything that is better with a better approach, right? It will take a bit
Okay,
of
okay.
time. We are new to this too, as well,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
next, hi Dora. Sorry to let you wait so long. You can go ahead ask your question.
Okay, no problem, Pratibha. Thank you for giving me a chance. My doubt is that approximately how many days it will take to learn about Arduino?
Um, that's okay. So if you want to build something like traffic signal, I think you can still build it right now, right? One day would be enough. But it's like so learning a technology is like learning music. Even if you know how to play guitar, you'll still not be someone who knows every song, who knows how to play every song, right? You still have to learn and learn and learn and learn. But the thing is, you have to focus on what's your project, right? So, for example, you have chosen to build something, right? Let's say it's a device. Okay, so whatever the requirements are for a device, that is the proportional time that will take you for to learn that particular set of knowledge to program that or run that. What? Okay, so it will depend upon your project. If you choose a simple project or something, it will hardly take a week or something to learn. Or yeah, Arduino is nothing tough. If you know how to program, then it's just predefined codes, predefined functions that you have to deploy.
I am having another doubt also. You are telling we will be participating as a team in Technocian. In
Hmm.
this meeting, we are having at least 30 people. Will all the 30
Hmm.
of us will participate in that, or we will be divided into groups, or we will have some competition among us, and selected people will be able to participate in Technocian?
Oh, that's okay. That's not. So what we can do is we could have a core team that could participate, but since when you talk about Technocean, it's not our event, right? It's someone else's event. So if you want to participate differently from the group also, I'll give you the knowledge. I'll give you how to create the projects and how to compete. You guys can form a team within yourself and you can still compete, right? I think all the 30 members can't do that because they have a strict policy on number of members that you can deploy in a team, right? But there's no rule, hard and fast rule that how many teams can participate. So you can form a team within yourselves. We'll have the knowledge, we'll share the knowledge, and we can participate. We can even compete in different events. We can compete against ourselves also. There's no worries, there's no limitations.
Okay, thank you so much for your answer.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
Kandrapa Sarkar, if you want to ask something, you can go ahead and ask directly to Abhishek.
Okay, I think it's
Uh,
not
I
there.
think Abhishek, I would like to just everyone has this question in common that I have seen through the chat, that how should they start their, what should be their first step in the field of robotics? How should they start with the robotics?
How should you start with the robotics? Simple. Just choose a project. That is your hands-on learning. Okay. So let's say if you take a project, let's say anything, you take a project of wall follower. Okay. So what the bot does is wherever it sees walls, it just follows it within a specified alignment, right? So what you are doing is you are running the actuators. You know how to program actuators now. If you are done with your project, you know how to program actuators. You know how to program your motor drivers. You know how to program your sensors and everything. The same knowledge you can enhance to other projects as well. Okay, so there is no limit, no particular book structure here. We do have some courses in NPTEL for robotics, but that is about the classification of robotics and everything. What we are trying to focus is hands-on knowledge. Okay. So what will we learning practically rather than theoretical? Okay. Theoretical knowledge we can still get from Google and everything. That won't matter, but we are trying to go practically here. We want to know how to code a microcontroller. We want to know how to create circuits and all. So for that, pick up a project and start working on it. We'll try to give you some projects on our own, right? We'll suggest you some projects that you want to take. Okay. First 2 months, we'll try to suggest those projects that you can create online on simulators. So you don't need to buy any hardwares and everything. So that would give you confidence. And I think that's way better way to start. Okay.
Do we have any more queries? Guys, if you have queries, please raise your hands. I guess we don't have queries, Abhishek, anymore. So we should wrap up with this session.
Okay, since we have no more queries, I think if people have queries, I think you can post them on WhatsApp group or yeah, Nilesh, you got a question?
Actually, do I have to register for this specific? I mean, and I
Hmm.
did not get any other details in the email, so just ask.
Uh,
Could you elaborate a little more that you get the link and
have
this?
you felt?
Actually, I just got a mail in my student email ID about this specific, but just join the live session. Actually, I don't know how to proceed. So, do I need to fill any forms? If
Yeah,
there is a
we have a registration form for this, so we'll provide you that
Wait, I'll
in the
just post
end
the
of the
registration
session.
form in the. Should I post the registration
So
membership link in the chat?
Yeah, you should.
I think within Linktree we already have that.
And
yeah.
where can we find the WhatsApp group that you mentioned?
Nilesh, I
That
have
too
actually
will. Hmm.
Nilesh, actually, I've
Please,
already
Pratibha.
posted a link tree in the chat. You go and click on it. You will have the several options, like you can join YouTube channel with it. You can join our membership form. You can fill the membership form, and after filling the membership form, a link will be given, which will direct you directly to our WhatsApp group. So I will encourage you to go ahead and click that link to join the group.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. If you face any problem, you can mail back to the secretary of Gear House or any of us if you have our mail IDs.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I would recommend not to mail to Secretary of Geros. He would already be having so many mails in his inbox, so it would be hard for him to
Okay, so
get through
where
it.
just WhatsApp group if any problem
Yeah,
occurs, where do you have to contact?
yeah. Okay, you can just register that membership form and then you can join the WhatsApp group. For now, I think people are requesting to create a Discord server as well. We can do that. So that would be a good call too. But other than that, will create more spaces to contact us. Don't worry about that. Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think those were
Any
all the
other
questions.
questions?
I think
No other
those were all.
questions, right?
Yeah.
No, we have a
So
question.
Okay.
Wait, we have a question from a guy. I haven't read his name. I guess the name was Nilesh, something like that.
And Nilesh, we
yeah,
answered
Nilesh
Nilesh.
already asked.
No, somebody raised his hand. I couldn't see his name. Neil Shah, I guess,
Uh,
if
No,
I'm
no,
not wrong.
Nisha just joined the meeting.
Okay. Yeah, then we don't have any questions.
Okay, I'm just going through the chat. Let's see, how did we create a common ground wire? I was doing it along. I lost the word. Okay, Shreya Porval wants to know how did we create ground wire, a common ground wire? So, okay, this is specific to Shreya. Is she still in the meet?
Yeah, she is.
Shreya Porval. Okay, she is. Okay, so Shreya, what we did is, okay, you did it, my. Okay, that's even better. Sure. Got it. Okay, I think we can end this session.
Yep.
Yeah, Pratibha, back to you.
Thank you guys for joining and staying it for so long. I really appreciate you all like taking out your time and joining us here and stick to the end of the session. Thank you very much, guys. We will let you know if we are going to have any session soon. Please stay connected to WhatsApp group. Will be posting every single detail, what we are doing, what we are, what we can expect from us, everything, every single detail of the session or any competition. So please stay active on WhatsApp group and good night, everyone. That's all from my side.
Thank
Or
you everyone for joining us.
Thank you very much. And thanks for this beautiful presentation.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you,
thanks
Nilesh.
for
Thanks,
watching.
man.
Thanks so much. Stop recording.